I said, yo, man, I got me up. I want to live, be live, but I swear, not easy. I've been rapping my own man, I'm getting the market, we're doing, I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names, all the trouble I see, I ain't do at the peace. When no suffering, no sources, I can't pay the code, only how I get paid. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Let pay, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything have a CC. Too much rushing, I probably chasing. One day. Only one day. I feel it cool. One day,
I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mess they're gonna see my face. Me pa, I know I'm not rushing it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mess they're gonna see my face. Me pa, I know I'm not rushing it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend was eat money. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way to this place and I'm looking for money. Looking for money, oh. Looking for money. I want me mama happy. Want me papa happy. Want me my brothers and sisters to come around me.
Yeah, Kapilako. Why you know you hustle? Why saying the book by the Genesis? Shall come to power, Why I feel be working on Wednesday? In my love for the ma, in my love for the ma. All in the dark, all in the week, all in the sun.
My mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend was eat money. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I on my way.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lieutenant Commander J.R. Glapohkoa Chesson. I'm on Broad Street this morning at the Island Restaurant. It's a Jamaican-owned restaurant that has been here in Providence for a little while, I think. But before me, I have the proprietor. Good morning, sir. Could you tell us your name and how long this restaurant has been here?
I'm Ricky. We've been here over 5-6 years. Me and my wife. We started out a Jamaican restaurant, Caribbean We're in front of 3 high schools, and we did burgers and fries, and that's now one of the most popular items here, like burgers and fries. So all the kids from the high school, they come here after school for lunch and then after school. So this place is packed during the day with kids.
So you get a lot of support for the community.
Yeah.
Well, I want to wish you the best, and we'll spread your news about this restaurant further, so probably your clientele will increase.
Thank you for that.
Nice meeting you, Ricky.
Thank you.
And have a good day.
You too.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkoa Chesson Talk Show. Today is December the 21st, 2022. We're headed towards Christmas. Christmas is loading. Let me make sure this day. Christmas is loading, and we have to be prepared for it all. Yes. And what's in the news today? Well, first of all, right now we're in the lower 30 degrees. It's kind of cloudy, cool. But be not dismayed, we're going up to the upper mid and upper 30s, lower 40s today. It's going to be sunny again. So, as usual, take heed and govern yourselves. Safety first. Okay, we got all these things in the news. Our country's still going backwards. With all the money given to these ministries, they're still not reporting their expenditures. Their performance reports not being made. The Anti-Corruption Commission is concerned about that. Then our president came yesterday. Instead of going to the pavilion and giving us a concise report of where he's been these few days and months and almost 2 months, he goes to the church. He goes to the party headquarters. Start condemning other bad people. That's not the interest of the Liberian people right now. You've been our, excuse me. This man been out of our country for nearly 2 months, spending all our money. We don't know how much this man spent. He comes back, he doesn't make a report to us like presidents do. But he's just a playboy, or irresponsible, childish man. He goes in the church and starts attacking other people, telling us they're fat, they this, they that. We're interested in all of that. We want to know what you did with our damn money, George Weah. Where you been? I know you're crazy, ignorant people. Yeah, do the kind of things are like, yeah, he cussing the other people, yeah. But for us who love our country and have our countries at heart, we want to know where you've been. Where have your useless, irresponsible ass been? Where you been? How much of our money have you spent? People claiming you spent $60 million, X million dollars. How much of our money you spent? What did you bring back to us? What is the fruit for us of all this traveling you did? You bring us nothing, but you bring your ignorant ass back and go in the field and start cussing other people, insulting them. I'm not interested in that. I'm not even interested in this election, because the field of candidates for our leadership is this one. It's terrible. It's that if we don't have leaders in our country, these are the same people that have been ruling our country from time immemorial, and the same people coming back to rule our country. And our late children, who we call people of our republic, these late children don't know what they're doing. You pay them, you bribe them, you get them food, you get them candy, you get them biscuit, they will sell our country. These are the people in our country today. We have no patriots. We got rogues and vandals and zogos and hooligans. That's all we got in our country. We got no patriots. People just can be bored for any shit. You can give them candy, you can give them biscuit, you can give them cigarette, you can give them sardine, you can. It's so pitiful, man. But our people can be bored for anything. Now Christmas coming. They may not come back. Where our Christmas at? So my topic for today is, with several spins to President George Weah's proclaimed love for country and people, is Christmas coming still? All his spins. You know, one minute he tell her he love us, he in our interest, then we see he gonna sit the World Cup, watch his son play football, using all our millions of dollars, taking all the hooligans and useless zogos he called ministers and official government all our country with him to waste our money. Now we hear one group saying he used over $60 million on this trip. Then he's saying they used only $2 million because he took 1 point something first, then he asked for 1 point something again. So that nearly $3 million right there. But they say he spent 60 with all the extravagance, the extravagant living, the spending, carrying all these people, they're coming back and forth. My people, our country is in trouble. Now he comes home, he doesn't give us a report like good presidents do. This is just an irresponsible, childish, useless president we got. He doesn't come and give us a report of where he been all this time, how much what he traveled entailed, and what he brought back for us, what benefit there is for us. Hence, he doesn't go in the pavilion or some official building and give statement. He go in the church, go pee in the people's church, sit down there. Instead of getting up and going to the bathroom, he sat right there and pees in the people's church. You know, then he get up and make all kind of useless comments about people in our government, running for government, running for positions. You know, we go through this. Our country is just broken down, man. Everything is just broken down. So let's see what he brought for us for Christmas now. All the people suffering in our country. This morning, they say he sent out $100 to all the hospitals and 1 bag of rice. And now they say rice. They didn't mention how many bags of rice. They just said rice and $100 to all the hospitals in Liberia. What $100 supposed to do? Maybe they're supposed to buy greens for Christmas. Maybe they will eat sardine and rice. They will cook the dry rice. And maybe they will buy collard greens and potato greens with a $100, buy some kui and tin and give it to the people to eat in the hospital. That the hospital need for Christmas. With a bag of the rice and the $100 that to buy stew. Whatever stew they put over the rice for that day, for Christmas. But this is why our president gave it to us, to the people in the hospital for Christmas. What is he giving to the people in the Republic? Are people getting paid today or tomorrow? Are the checks coming down? People who haven't gotten paid, will they be paid before Christmas? These are things that people want to know, because all these people, New Year coming right around the corner, Christmas here, they got to pay their children tuition. You hear the market women saying they got to pay their tuition, and George Weah finished taking all the money. All the people know in our country that the man took our money. Now, what is the significance of going in the church? What's the significance? He's using the church now as a tool to pacify our people. So when he go in the church, we're not supposed to ask him questions in the church. He goes to the party headquarters. He go report to people we don't know what kind of people that, because one minute we hear they paying people to go to these meetings and things, the gatherings, they feeding them and all to go there. So if you're feeding and paying people, they will come. The people ain't got nothing to eat, they ain't got nothing to use, to buy for transportation and nothing. You're doing all of that for them, giving them free money for the day. Why do they not come? But we're losing. Is this how we're going to run our country, my people? Our leaders not supposed to be doing these kind of things. Our country supposed to be a self-mechanizing institution where it will run by itself. We have institutions that will renew its processes with good leaders to ensure that what our laws will make to ensure that the institutions flourish are implemented. Our schools not just running amok and people changing our former institutions into boost schools and all of this. How we're going, my people? We're not going nowhere. Oh. We're not going forward. Oh. We got no teachers in the country. Our whole country ain't got no teachers, man. All the teachers in Monrovia. And the teachers in Monrovia not even qualified. Not even qualified. Because our whole system of loyalty, of trust, of honesty, of dignity, integrity, pride, all of that is broken down. I mean, just broken down. People that Prince Johnson would tell about Prince Johnson stepping aside. What good is that to us? What good is that to us? This man stole our money, killed our people, massacred our people. For years, almost 18 years, he been in our government, stole our money. Now he stepping himself. What will it do for us? What will it do for us? Whether he stays in politics or not, what good will it do for us? He ain't gonna do no damn good for us. Maybe that caster they're interested in all of that. That's why you say I don't even pay attention to these people. Because if I go home to Liberia, I can't go home with those people in Liberia and work with them. Let Casa go there. Yeah, that Casa dealing with those people. Let's see how long Casa will last in Liberia. I bet you. Let's see how long Casa and all the people will last who go into Liberia. You think I'm stupid? That society in Liberia is not a conducive society to live among. Those people are recycled criminals, recycled politicians, recycled government officials. Everything in Liberia is recycled. What are you going in that country to do? Well, George, you hear me talking. I didn't want to talk about George Weah. He came yesterday. I heard. I didn't want to talk about it because why are I talking about George Weah for? Everything in my country is broken down. Why are I talking about George Weah for? George Weah is the epitome of ignorance and failure. So why I keep on talking about George Weah for to make myself frustrated for what? Let Casa then deal with it. Let Casa then go home and let them kick their asses first. Then they will know that society they go into, you taking 15 people, what 15 people will do to that society? What 15 people will do to that society? Liberia need masses of Liberians returning home. Not 15 people. You think our country will change with 15 people? Our country can't change. We got people in the diaspora all over. Europe, Ghana, Sierra Leone. All our people got to go home at once. Then Liberia will change. We got to have masses of people going home. All the people in our country are no use. They recycle. Our country will never change with those people in our country. It will never, never change. They're all corrupt. They're all rogues. They're all bad. They're all useless. That's a leftover from Tottenham administration, from Ellie Johnson selling corruption, from all the warlords. Everybody in Liberia right now, except the newborn babies being born, are left over from our corrupt era. So you can't find no good leadership in our country. Bawka get there. Maybe we'll go forward one or two steps, but we're going too far. We're going too far. Our country too corrupt. The people in our country are recycled criminals, recycled politicians, recycled government officials, recycled corrupt people. Everybody in our country right now are recycled. I can never go home to work right now. If I go home, thousands and thousands and thousands of Liberians got to go home with me. Not 15, not 20, not 30, thousands. We got to go home and change that society. The way our society is right now, is mediocre. Our society is so low down. You go to Liberia right now, you don't carry masses of Liberian people with you to infuse into that society. Our country not going nowhere. The people too corrupt. The people love corruption. The people too ignorant. They have no sense of pride and dignity and nationhood and patriotism. They have none. The people that are there, they are just recycled criminals. They've been there, they have done the banana, all the people that are there, they recycle. They've been there for long. They've been there from the war, they've been there from early, they've been there, and all of them just recycling the corruption. So for people like us who want to change our country, to go Liberia, we're going to be either 5,000 or 10,000. And not foolish people, educated people, smart people, professional people, skilled people. 5,000 of us will be the minimum. We'll pack up and go home together. Then Liberia will change. Because when we hit Liberia, we go with a plan. We're not just going there and just everybody just go there and sit down. If we go that way too, nothing will happen in our country. So there will come a time, if nobody does it, I will do it. I will call for a convention where Liberians will come together and meet. And we decide how we go home. How we set up ourselves back home. We can't go home and depend on the government. We can't go home and don't influx money into our country to challenge the Lebanese and Indians and Syrians in our country. No, we can't go home to that. When my people go home with me, we're gonna be business minded. We're not going with the ignorant, useless people going to work for government. When the fuck I going to work for government for? Do I look like a damn idiot? Do I look like I won't go home and steal? Anybody who go now depending on government job and things like that, they go home to steal. What in our country? Nothing in our country. These people that rip our country off. So if you go in there thinking that you're going to live on government, you're an asshole. All the people you carry with you assholes. Because you can't change our country. We can't change our country. For our country to change, 5,000 people got to come from America alone. I'm talking about Europe. I'm talking about Ghana, Guinea, Sierra Leone, all around there. Because those people in other countries are more enlightened than our people in Liberia. The Liberians in Ghana, Guinea, yes, they got their problems. But those countries are better settled, better improved. The better things available to them there than in Liberia right now. So those people can be trained. Liberian people right now, we can't train our people. Our people so corrupt, so useless. I mean, that society is dead. We can't do nothing like those people in Liberia. They're corrupt. So if we carry a new society of people in there, they will have to deal with us. If we carry 5,000 Liberians in there, and we're doing, all of us not going to live in Monrovia or Masurado County, we go in the interior. We've been out of our country for so many years. All of us ain't gonna go live in Monrovia. So when the time comes for us to come together, we'll make sure the places we're going to live are partially developed before we get there. So when we get there, the work we got to do to develop it will not be that much for the government aspect of it. But our private aspect of it, we know what we're doing. Before we go home, people will go and lay the foundation for what we're going to do. So when the 5,000 people hit Liberia, we know what we're going to do up country. We're not coming to the city. Monrovia is dead, so let all the people take Monrovia. We have to change the capital city later on anyway. So if all of us go to one county up country, or go to several county up country, and start doing real development up there, things will change in our country. Because the government will have to talk to us. Because we want to do real development. We want to plant rice, we want to plant flour, and not only plant them, we want to process them for sale too, in Liberia and throughout Africa, West Africa. So we got to have a totally different plan. And that's why in this country now, I don't want useless Liberians here. So I'm learning all the Liberians right now. I know where I am. We got plenty of people who I can't use. They can't be helpful to me. They're sleeping. They still want to work in factory and nursing home and all of that. Nothing wrong with working in those areas. But when you work in them, you got to have ambitions to move further, to move out of them. But if you just want to work there to stick there, then that's all right. Stick there. But if you want to work there as a means to move to other places if you can, then we can work together. Because people can't go Liberia without building wealth in this country. All these people running home Liberia, you got no money in Liberia. You will leave America with the honey and thing to go Liberia to go look for money and job and all that kind. You will suffer. You will suffer. Eventually you will suffer and you will run back to America. Or you'll be coming back or you get corrupt too. This is repetitive system of corruption. Nothing in our country. People who go home in our country, just go home to work for government and live in the community. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. You gotta have a plan. And all your plans gotta be coinciding with the people you carry home. And everybody can't go home to work for government. We're not going home to work for government because that's bullshit. When you work for government, you can't make money. You can't make money. You cannot make money. You're making money for the government. So if you start making money for yourself while working for the government, you're stealing. That's corruption. But if you want to make real money, you got to go to the people and let the people give you the money. Entice the people to give you the money. So that's my interest. I want people to give me money. I don't want to go work for government. Why going to work for government? Only poor, lazy asses go work for government. Why going to work for government for? All the money out there, all the interest out there, we should be undercutting the government. Public transportation, feeding our people, restaurants and all that we're supposed to be the foundation of restaurants. That means we got to train our people. We got to train our people. And all of this could happen on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. But Ellen Johnson Sirleaf too damn dumb and stupid. The woman is a damn idiot. The woman is a badass, stupid bitch. Yes. Because I want to work with a woman. If I were there with Ellie, the first thing I'm going to do is tell her, open home economics for our women. What kind of politics? Our women don't need no damn politics. But we ain't got no damn thinking people in our country. Where our women want to do with politics. Talking about changing the men. Bullshit. Bullshit. When our women stand on foundations of their own strength, our society will change. Our society will change. But if people want to play around with our women, look, let me tell you something. Liberian women are some of the strongest women in the world. The other guys don't know our women. They talk about the most beautiful. Get the fuck out of here. Tell me what Liberian women really are. Liberian women are the backbones of Liberian society. Liberian women, because from time immemorial, our women have been trained to do the farming, to take care of the children, to do everything in our society. Well, the men are the hunters, yes. They go get the daily bread, but caring for the foundational aspects of our society, the women have already been in front. But our people have always abused the strength of our women. We take our women for granted. And I know the strength of my women. I know what my Liberian women can do, and I know what they cannot do. And the only things they cannot do are the things when they test it and they say, I can't do it, then they can't do it. But I don't know the limits of my women. My women are strong. They're powerful. And I will not treat them like idiots. I know what Liberian women can do. I was raised by different Liberian women. I'm a bastard. I got many mothers and fathers because there were many people that took care of me. So I know the power of women in my life too. Those that kick my ass. Those that kick my ass. Like, yeah. Man, plenty of women that kick my ass in Liberia. Plenty of women. They took care of me as well as kicked my ass. So I know the strength of my women. You see, when people play with my women's empowerment, it pisses me off. And that will piss me off with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Because she come to power, she says she come to empower our women. And the shit she did, that degrading our women. Our women don't want to be equal politicians with men. No, that's only a handful of women. Our women power come from money, from making money, for empowering them. When they go sell the goods, they know they're selling goods to make money. And when they make their money, they will know how to spend their money. Women know how to use their money. But we got to empower them to make money. And that's what will change our men, because these lazy bastards in our country now, there's not a 1800 when our men were farmers and hunters and all. These lazy bastards in Liberia now sitting down there smoking weed and doing shit, depending on the damn women. And these poor women, they ain't got nobody to depend on, because these useless men always in politics and want to smoke weed and want to do shit. Nothing wrong with that too, if you can take care of your business. But you're not taking care of your business, then there's a problem. There's a serious damn problem. Because you can't neglect your business because you want to have fun time. So empowering our women is one of the most fundamental things of our leadership. And not our women only. Because when you empower our women, you empower our children, our future. So how do we empower our women? These are the things that make us strong. We don't want to put our women in politics. That's security. I think my sister running for Ellen Book Center there. You know, why women won't be involved in politics and security and all of that? No. Women want to learn at home economics. Women want to learn how to handle their money. Women want to learn how to sell, how to bake, how to cook, how to do these things better. Because when you do these things, when they can do these things better, they can empower themselves. They can empower themselves. Liberian women know how to make money. They know how to save. So that with all this saving and things, when you empower them to do things professionally, because all of us can cook. Yeah, all I can cook, I can boil rice and cook rice. I can boil potato cake. I can boil, and then shit, you eat it at your damn business. But I can do it. So if we can do these things, but we can't do it on the professional level. So bringing us the lessons to raise our consciousness to the professional level is great for our nation. Private people can have home economic school, yeah, but it's not like the government school. When private people have it, they won't charge you. They won't look for this. But when the government got it, and it's mandatory that all people in Liberia learn how to cook, bake, sew, y'all will learn it. Y'all will learn it. It will be mandatory. All our schools will have to go to home economics. All our children. We can change our society, man. That's why I tell you, give me 5 years, I will change our society. I'm not using the useless people in Liberia. I'm bringing my own Liberian people. People in Liberia are good too, but these people don't know them. I got people all over. 5 years, we'll change Liberia. We'll change our country. Because we institute those things that need to be instituted. And in the first 2 years when we institute them, the other 3 years will be to make sure they work. Then I can leave and say, yeah, take it over. But they will work. And the only way they will work is through discipline. All people must be disciplined and know that this ain't no bullshit. You take over a job to do, you can't do it, you'll be flogged, you'll be prosecuted. So if you come in to work for us, you better know it's no joke. You'll be tested and qualified before you be trained. Because we're not going to just train people who will drop out. We're not going to train people who will be complaining all the time. No, we're not going to waste our country money like these people are wasting it now. We got too much work to do in 5 years. In 5 years, the primary thing in 5 years is to pave Liberia. That's the primary thing. Education is secondary. The primary thing is to pave Liberia. If Liberia is not paved, we can't transport teachers to places. We can't bring foreign teachers to work in our country, up country. Because foreign teachers, they won't travel. You bring foreign people to your country, they won't travel. After certain time, weekend and things, they won't travel. They won't go to the beaches. They won't go to, and you got to make these things available for them. So we got to have roads. We got beaches all over, but we need roads. Look, I told you for 65 years, I've been hearing people doing the same shit from the Monrovia to Maryland Highway. The same thing for 65 years. People pushing the trucks out of the mud so hard. I mean, you can't, after 65 years, I can't talk. I'm weak. I mean, I'm not like some people just talk to be talking. No, I'm an educated man. After seeing the same thing for 65 years and telling my people we can do better, it doesn't have to be like this. We can change. When we unite, when we open our eyes and know we are equally equal, but all of us not equal. We accept that. All of us can't be equal, but we can be equally equal. In the sense that our government will be there to provide the needs, the basic needs for our people. When our people can travel to our country with ease, get their goods and services from market to the road, from the farm to market and all these different places. When our people depressed and frustrated and they can get in their car and drive to Nimba or Maryland for the day just to take this frustration out of them, our country is safe. All the kind of things impact our country. Look at the people in America. I talk with people say, man, I just get in my car, sometimes I just drive, man. I just put the music on, just drive. I do that too. Sometimes I just want to travel, man. Sometimes I just get in the car, say, okay, I go to Newport, Rhode Island. Okay, I go to Westerly. I got no reason to go there. I just jump in my car. I just want to go tired with seeing the city, I've been in the city. I just want to drive. I'm frustrated. I just want to go out. Do you know how comforting that can be? Our country will change, man. When people can travel with ease, businesses will sprout out. Look at, I told you I was going to Kidman from Monrovia to Kidman. Now one business on the highway. Why? Because the road not paved. The road not conducive. If the road were paved, people will come from all over to build things on the highway. To buy places. You don't have to buy, you can rent. Go rent somebody's property and put a little business, a little restaurant on the highway for people to stop and buy. And Liberia will change. It will change when our roads are fixed and education going hand in hand with building our roads. Because we can't wait for things to happen. One road before I do. No, everything got to be done simultaneously. It's just that we got to give more priority to certain things. Okay? Roads will have a little more priorities than education right now. Why? Because we got to get teachers out into the hinterland. We got to have teachers out there. If we bring foreign teachers to help our country, we got to give them access to mobility throughout the country. Because foreign teachers will not come and they just got to sit in one area. Yeah, that one of the things that stop for foreign teachers from coming. When they look at the country, no roads, the means of traveling so difficult, they will not want to come. But when they see we got means of traveling easy, or transportation afforded for them, they can travel all through our country with ease, on vacation and everything, they will want to come. Then we look at education, because education will be going simultaneously with building our roads. But it's just the road, we'll put more money in the roads because we got to get the roads done. Because the roads not only impact education and impact economy. That's one of the biggest things we got to prioritize economy. Our economy. Nothing must stop our economy. Our economy must flow 24 hours a day. Anything that hinders our economic progress and advancement must be against the law. That's the thing what happened in America. We got commercial law. When you do commercial law in America, any law, any regulation, any ordinance, now those are different things I'm talking about now. When we talk about laws, we're talking about city and state law. We're talking about state, government and state law, federal, local law, okay? When we talk about ordinance, we're talking about city. When we talk about regulation, we're talking about city and state. We're talking about people that got authority to regulate things in our country. So when we talk about ordinance, you're talking about regulatory laws, you're talking about statutory law, all these things. Any of those laws that impact commerce, where it will slow commerce down, or it will impede commerce, it will be negative on commerce, anything, the court will strike it down. Because nothing impedes commerce. That's the lifeblood of our democracy, commerce. Money got to flow to the country. Like the way Liberia is right now, our democracy can't flourish because our country is locked down. We got rogues, we got thieves. When you got thieves and rogues that are in the democracy, it can't flourish. We can't enjoy our democracy. Why you think make me so weak to want to even intervene in Liberian democracy? I can't intervene in it. Because it's not democracy. It's a sham. If you get any democracy, commerce, priority got to flow. Commerce more than anything got to flow. Because money is capitalism. Capitalism drives democracy. You cannot have democracy without capitalism. And you cannot have capitalism without good rules, without the system to move commerce. And this is where we are failed. And this is why we are poor in Liberia, because we don't understand the trends of a democratic system. And we think that stealing money will build our country. No, it make our country poor. Whereas if our country were open and people were flowing to our country, the cash would be so much. The cash would be so much. People might be losing sight of corruption, where we be most stringent on corruption because the money will be plenty. Like on October, the scheme of time, the money was just flowing in the country. People were stealing it, people were doing it. We had to start checking more because the money was just coming. Our people missed October time all the time. The money was flowing, man. Anything you do, you're getting money. The money was in the country. And it was in tight with some people. It was just flowing all over the country. People were traveling to Toba, were sending people to Europe, different places that our country were flourishing. It's just that Toba had no control, like Tottenham. And that's why Toba failed. Because when you come from a dictator, Tottenham was a dictator. Everything Tottenham did, he had his thumb on it. He had Bestman and all the boys watching everything in the country. When the boys didn't like what they see, they would go lie to Tottenham. Tottenham would get them money, they would crush it. So Tottenham had a thumb on everything, man. When Toba got there, Toba wanted to loosen it. But the way Toba loosened the country, man, it wasn't good. He just started loosening everything. But when you were loosening it, you were bringing people from abroad, all you young guys from abroad, putting them in position of authority and trust, and they didn't know our country. That was what happening. Like the older guys Tottenham had, the older guys knew the people of country. They knew how to control the Liberian people. They were all calm guys. Just imagine Tottenham would be, the guy would go up country to be talking, everybody would be opposing Tottenham. Tottenham will not even be there. Tottenham will be waiting on Rovio. Then somebody will get us in, you're not going to the president, and Christmas coming. What I'm going to say to him? Right there, the whole conversation changed. Everybody for Tottenham. Well, I tell the president, over here. Look, I knew the Liberian people. They didn't have to wait for Tottenham to come there to change the Liberian people conversation. No. Look, I knew how to deal with the Liberian people. So as soon as they said that, I said, well, I'm going to talk with the president, or you're fussing at this now. I would talk to the president that you need Christmas. Right there, the conversation changed from convicting Tottenham to praising Tottenham because the guy going to talk about Christmas. And you got to understand our people, man. When you talk those key words, every shit died. You say, oh, what different Tottenham? Tell the president word like that. You say, oh yeah. Well, I'm going to the president. I'm going to carry your message. But what you got to say to him, and when he's talking about Christmas now, there, right there, you choked them. Damn. Man, going to talk about Christmas to the president, and we're forcing it there. No, well, that we support him, we carry him with the petition coming up, when you know the whole talk finishing from prosecuting Tottenham, to giving Tottenham petition for after Christmas, for New Year, when you look, everything forgotten. You should hear some of these guys tell you the story from their puppet, how their puppet they were in Tottenham and all that. My late Maliki, my brother Maliki was telling us, I wonder his puppet were in a meeting and all of them were talking against Tottenham. They were going to do this, they were going to do that. Then one of the guys stood up, Tottenham guys stood up and said, well, you know Christmas coming, I'm going to see the president. I'm carrying all your messages to the president so we can hear what your president will say to you. The guy said, when you look, everybody in the room, the tune changed. Oh, you going to the president? Oh. Well, we're thinking about this. No, don't tell the president what we're talking about. The whole conversation changed from prosecuting the president to congratulating the president and thanking the president and praising the president, just on one comment by the leader. So when you got people that who understand the Liberian people, and in the midst of turmoil, they don't need the president. They just tell the people, hey, you know what the president will do about it. We do everybody mind change. You understand the system is corrupt. You understand it? Right there is corrupt. So how are you to change these people's mind? Promise them something. Let them have the outlook to getting something for themselves personally, from the government, not for everybody personally. Everything will change. Everything will change. And that's where our society is today. When you can change the people's attitude based on their own selfish and greedy intentions, not for the love of country, not for the love of government, but the love of what in it for me. And this is where we are now. You give them Christmas, you make promises to them, you show them you're bringing them something. You can't stand there. You can't stand there. Unlike George Weah, this is different from George Weah's situation. George Weah, then the rogues, they're stealing already. Then they're traveling, they're coming home and bringing us a part of hot air instead of some of the things they're stealing. That's not right. You can't steal and lie to us, and we know you're stealing. We see you taking the money. You giving us none. You see? But at least some people were happy because Ellen used to bring some for the people. Ellen always brought some. But her problem is she started putting her children there. You know, when you put your children there, then you triple and double, triple, dipping, all the kind of things. Because if you dipping, then your children dipping. Who else will dip in the country? You can't, nobody else can dip. Because when you're dipping for you and your children. Your children are supposed to go on and start businesses now and run the family business that you're stealing the money for to do and make money from that, but not get in the government to steal too. No. That's not fair. That's not fair. That one family just getting rich with all our country money, with all our country wealth, that we can't fight these people. We can't do nothing with them. It's not right. And this is what I'm telling you, man. It's not right. All this nepotism and family stealing and putting Southeastern people in our government and forgetting the rest of our country, it's not right. It's not right. We know these people are rogues. You know, so everybody's stealing from the Southeastern country. They can't even build the damn roads. There's something wrong with them. In all of them government from the Southeast, everybody's stealing and the roads to the Southeast can't be built. What are these people doing in our government? What are they doing in our government? They're all incompetent. No credit, no credibility. You know, but we can't keep talking the same thing. The same thing. We say we want to change our country, we want to do all of this. That everybody in our country corrupt. The whole damn country corrupt. You can't even lay a dime down. People will steal it. I mean, that's bad. Our country been like that forever. You can't lay no money down. People will steal it. The most trustworthy people you think will coat and tie and looking decent, just put that money down and turn your back. Oh, it's gone. Oh, what the money? All the people you coat and tie are just smiling. What kind of country this? Everybody look dignified and all clean and nice, but just put $5 down and turn your head. When you look like everybody just sitting there looking at me. Our country got nothing but rogues, man. The bitches like we want to steal. Criminals. From the president to the Swiss trooper, the steal. I'm telling you, man, just go in a room with all these dignified Liberian people, just put $5 on the table and just look in the air. When you turn around, all of them will be looking at the air with you, and the $5 will not be there. They'll be gone. That's express stealing, man. Express stealing. And our country can develop that. So let me just end my subject now. St. George Weah came, all the spin he been putting on this, I love you, I love you. We're going to president will love us and go away for 2 months. Go sit down in a foreign country, go watch his son play. All the games, entertain them. You know George Weah entertaining people, he's a little bored. He's immature and irresponsible. So he just go there to party all night. The other do it in foreign country, just partying and having fun. Spending our money. Now he come back. This is love he shows us. He doesn't even tell us where he went, how his successful his trips were. Even though we see all the pictures, but he doesn't follow up with that picture with reports or anything for us. Instead of taking our people to the pavilion to make a report, he take them to the church. So now the Muslims, the Buddhists, the animists, the other people who are not Christians, they can benefit from our president's return because he go to the church. You go talk to people from the church, then you go to a political party, CDC. He doesn't go to the pavilion like decent presidents would do. When they come home, they go to the pavilion, they are welcomed by the whole public, they make a speech, make a report, and they go. If they won't go to church, then they go to church and go home. But you don't come, you go to your political party, ignore the public, then you go to a church that other Liberians cannot go to, who are not Christians. Then you go talk about other people. You don't give us no report, nothing. What we have in our country is a social club. A little group of gonna useless boys leading our country who know nothing about reporting to us about our own money, about them using our money, about them speaking in our behalf when they go to places. Nothing. They come home, they just act like they were in Liberia all along. He comes home, he just jumped and started cussing people. You fat, all the fat people there, marching, all the other people. Where is your damn report? You just came to the damn country from abroad. How can you come and start cussing people that you've been in the country all along and you're not giving us a report? Who gave a damn if the people protesting? You did that. You and your grown-up boys calling yourself CDC, you did that all through early administration. Now you're fixed what? Well, you're fixed. When Ellen did her thing, y'all didn't care what she fixed. What you care about, what we should care about, what you fix for. Yeah? You go pee in the people's chair. Yeah, I mean, he's just a disgusting man. I mean, this man is just disgusting. He's low down and dirty and disgusting. You know? How can you like this kind of man? The man has no dignity and pride. You know, he behaves like a little boy. You know? We're running a country, we're not running a social club where everybody can just do anything they want to do and steal anytime they want to steal. You can't do that. When you come back to our country, take our people in the executive pavilion where all Liberians can sit down comfortably and listen to what you have to say on your return for 2 months vacation. Useless vacation. Useless, a vagabond. A damn useless, childish president. 2 months vacation. You come home, you tell us nothing. Then you go in the church. What, you supposed to impress us that you know God? You think we care? You think we really care? If you take us to church, we can haul your ass out of that church and flog you. Or go in the church and flog you right in the church. The rest of us will believe in goodness and truth. Don't give a damn about those useless churches you go in. We can go there and haul your ass down and flog you right in those churches, right before the damn pulpit. I know a real church when I see a real church. When I see a false church, I will be just like Jesus. What did Jesus do? Jesus went in the church and flogged the rogues and the criminals. You think I can't do it? Try my ass. I will flog your asses out of the church. I will come in the church and flog you right before the altar. Because I know my God and I know charlatans. There's a difference. You got some pastors who can fool you, really fool or melon me. And you got some people who are assholes. And just by looking at them, you know they're foolish and you shouldn't be following them. And those are the kind of people who got like people, George Weah, they're following. You see? Those are the kind of people that Jesus went in the churches and flogged everybody, kicked the table over because they turned the church into a money-making institution. And you know them. As soon as you see them, nobody got to tell you. So if you think you'll be in those kind of churches, and I will come and say, Jesus Christ, Jesus, you're a damn liar. I will come in those churches, I will haul your ass from the pulpit, I will flog you right there, I will burn every shit in that damn church. Why? Because it's a desecration unto the true Christian God that I serve. And when you got a vagabond and useless criminal who pissing on himself like George Weah, going into our church and standing in the pulpit, that church needs to be burned down. It's a desecration to the holy Christian belief and practice. So help me God. I will burn it down. Any church, George, we are going and stay in the pulpit, I will burn it down. And if Liberian Christians are not that sincere to our God, Jesus Christ, so help my country. Aluta. Continue. My class is done. Christians, do you know who you are? You know whether you're a Christian or not? That's the question for you to ponder until we meet again tomorrow. Aluta! Continua. My class is done. I'm out of here. Have a good day, my people. See you soon.